Okay, there you are.
Hi, my name is Gertrude from G Designs, and welcome to our Happy Friday show. Woo! It's a special show. We have you on a small camera. I have my whole Stripology Retreat Session 1 on the big camera. So sorry, everybody, but we wanted to still check in, especially since we didn't have a show last Friday. So we are live on YouTube only. I'm still in Facebook jail, so hopefully we will get that resolved soon. But it is our fourth matchup on Friday, which means March Madness. We're at the end of March, so we have our fourth matchup. So far, the winners have been Love on the Beach won the first round against Goody Mai Tai, Bikini Martini, and Cosmopolitan. The Cosmo won. And then the Quarantini beat out the Goody Mojito. So now today we are matching up Strawberry Ginger Smash right here. And then the Bahama Goody, my version of the Bahama Mama. So I hope you've been playing along or just for fun. We put this as a poll up on our Facebook group, Gudrun's Quilt Crew, so you can go vote. But it's time for us to taste, and it's time for us to toast. Happy Friday, everybody. This is my strawberry ginger smash. So smash up some strawberries and lemon with some ginger liqueur and vodka. And then there's just a little bit of ginger beer and a little bit of soda, just depending on how much sweetness you want. I love a good smash. So this is always my favorite. Mr. HP's here. He's trying to be on both sides. So
cheers.
What do you think of this one?
Bye. Oh, this is pretty good.
This is pretty good. I think you're going to like the other one better. Sweeter and more tropical. All right. The other one is the Bahama Goody. So we have some coconut rum. We have, what else did I put in there? Coconut rum. Oh, dark rum. And then there's a little bit of coffee liqueur and pineapple juice and some soda.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
I knew it. Mm-hmm. Cheers, everybody. It's a good Friday. It's a really good Friday. It's not Good Friday, but it's a really great Friday. We are on day 3 on our Stripology Retreat session 1, even though it's taking place later than the session 2. So everybody's been working on beautiful jewel quilts and strippy stairways. So lots of fun to be had. I see we have a lot of people on, so thank you. I know we probably don't have as many as normally we do, being live on both sides, but we would love it if you had, subscribe to our YouTube channel too, because we don't know what's going to happen to Facebook. If you're new to YouTube, make sure you subscribe and sign up for notifications so you will be notified whenever we go live. Of course, we are going to do a live giveaway. So that means the more you comment, send us a comment all throughout the show, and we'll pick a live winner from randomly from all your comments. $25 gift card is up for grabs. So I had been talking about a little bit about my bar before, and I think this was probably last year, I was showing you I had made some mixed tiles of my actual recipes, like the little recipes I make for my cocktails to put on my wall in my bar. And I always forgot to show you the end result. So I finally remembered. So do you want to put up the photos of our bar with our wonderful cocktail recipes right there on the wall? So when you walk in, you can just pick one. It's kind of fun when you have guests over. They start drooling over all the recipes on the wall. So, you're not seeing them?
Oh yeah, we got them.
We got them?
Look at the wall one right now. Can you see?
I'm a little bit behind here, I guess. Oh, there it is. That's the wall. Yep. And then we have the other side, which is the bar. And that is because people have been asking me, how well is your bar stocked? What does your bar look like? Well, I have to say, this is the basement bar. So there is a little bit of a bar upstairs too, just with the essentials. So yes, I have an extensive bar, maybe. Very lucky. This is how I like it. I like to have everything, just like I like to have my fabric stash or my fabric collection well stocked at all times. It just makes me feel good. So, and if the whatever urge happens to make whatever, I got it. So, all right. So we have it's going to be a shorter show today because we have a lot going on and places to be and places to teach and show. So we actually went ahead and pre-recorded some fabric pulls for 2 new bundles that are in the store. I love both of them. Two very different ones. One is called Glyphs and one is called Songbird. So I pre-recorded these with the fabric pulls because we are using all the cameras. It's going to make it easier. So we're going to go ahead and play that for you, and then I can answer questions after that. And yeah, so check this out. 2 new bundles in the store. So I have this amazing line to show you today. I really love this. You know how I love something totally different. This is a new fabric designer for Free Spirit. Her name is BOM, and this line is called Glyphs. So she is an artist. She creates handmade books, and she also abstract drawings, and she writes poetry. But how cool is this? This is so up my alley, so different, and I just absolutely love it. So in this bundle, there's actually 14. I could not leave anything out because this is one of those that just goes into my collection. I will be making something out of it, but this is a classic, really cool stuff. I love how large scale it is. This just would be such great in graphic situation, like make a really graphic quilt. So we have a lot of it is monochromatic, so blacks, grays, just really nice textures, working with ink. And then love this one, just a little bit more white showing through. And then we go more into just hints of color. So here's a little bit more ivory background, but still this black print on it. And then this one is fabulous. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's just so cool. So just working with the black ink, and then there's lots of texture underneath it. There's a little typography. So unique. I hope she comes out with lots more stuff because this is so up my alley. Love it. So here we have this print. If you look closely, it's on like journal or ledger paper. It's like a ledger, and we have the lines, and then the texture is on top of it. I don't know if you can see it. It's really, really fun. So a little bit more of the yellow tone. Then we bring in a little bit of color, a little bit just very neutral, soft colors, but we have hues of brown, of green, of a little bit of blue in here, rust red. And then we have this one. This reminds me of, tree stumps, the texture in here, but it's all done with just pen. Just so cool. And then this really nice light brown. Going back into a little bit larger scale on this light blue color, and we got taupe, and then this beautiful deep chocolate brown. And then these polka dots are just showing through. It's just, love the texture. Texture. Gotta love that. And then another polka dot print, but check this out. The polka dots are not even. They're like handmade. So this one would be cool to cut up, because you would cut a strip here and you get mostly dark. You cut a strip here, you get the light background. So versatile. Same thing if you would cut it into squares. It would just create such great textures. We got a couple of more. This one is kind of the lightest background, but I love the typography. As you know, I love typography prints. So this one we actually have also in 1 yard and 3 yards, because I think this would be great background for something fun. And these types of prints do not necessarily have to be used all together. They totally could, but I love stuff like this to bring into something more traditional, just to kind of amp it up a little bit. And then we have one pop of color. We have a yellow in here. I decided to include it in the bundle because I just love the actual color of it. And I would probably, if I was doing a scrappy quilt with most of the prints, I would probably keep it out and use it rather as a focus print. So pull it out, add some more to it, and use it as a focus print. I really like that. So it's coming off the camera. I gotta bring them all in here. It's coming off the camera. I gotta bring them all in here. To have the blue, have the yellow here with the white. So yes, 14 pieces in this line, but isn't that unique? So yes, I did a fabric pull, and with them being so unique, there's nothing that's really gonna match it. So you wanna just go textures, you wanna do colors that have the same feel as these. So I did, as for this light, you could use some of the washi tape, some of the modern background. So this is the washi tape in the white. So it has, of course, a little bit of gray, and it could mix in. So smaller scale, so it's nice to add a little bit even smaller scale to these. If you wanted just a neutral background, you could always go white on white. So that's always an option. It will calm them down, but I would always probably more so go with color. So as far as neutrals, the provisions actually work really well with her prints. Also a Free Spirit, and that's of course a Tim Holtz, but it has that artistic, that ink blot type of feel. So this Provision Stone works well with some of the grays, of course with the neutrals. But it has a lot of blue hue to it, so some of these blue tones work well. As far as the darkest one, I love the Spatter and the Snowstorm. That tones with all these different grays and the blacks. And so does the Dash Flow in the Phantom. So not a pure black, but it has the gray texture. So these would both mix in well for a little bit of darkness, a little bit of black. Then we have, if you wanted to go full on black, we would do the black on black. So if that would tone with like the darkest bits of ink in the prints. So these 5 or 6 prints kind of go from the darkest black and into the gray, and then you kind of go back into the light. So you have the kind of the rainbow of neutrals to pair with these, and then throwing in a little bit of color depending on which direction you want to go. Of course, I was talking about this yellow, and I love it more like a mustardy color, so Spectrostatic Spicy Mustard. I love that the pattern on this is very regular, kind of like a spatter, like the feel of the rest of these. And then we have Deco Stitch Sun Glow, also a perfect color match, so I just love that with this feel, these yellows. Now there's a bit of green in here, so you could always use a little bit of Provisions Moss, which is a great match with it. So that would be great as an accent. And if you wanted to go more into the browns and these light brown and darker browns, we have two textures that would work great. The texture in the brown here is perfect with these lighter browns, and then the Toscana Espresso is great with these darker ones. So this is Glyphs, and I cannot wait to play with this. This bundle is not going anywhere. It's staying right here, I think, with all of the pull as well, just for me to look at and see what becomes. Also very subtle neutral colors. This one is called Songbird by Wishwell for Robert Kaufman. So again, always very popular to have a bird theme, but this one is very subtle. This is more textures. There's just a hint of a little silver metallic, just little specks of it, so just a little sparkle. You know, everything is better with a little sparkle. Life is just better with a little sparkle, isn't it? So I love these soft hues of grays, taupes, just very subtle. This will make such a serene, beautiful quilt. And that little hint of silver just makes it so pretty. We have this beautiful mosaic print, and so the grays have a little subtle hue of blue to it, and then the taupe, it's just so serene. We have a bird bath print, really textural, and then little silver birds throughout. Isn't that pretty? Another tone-on-tone small print and a little bit of darker hue of that taupe. So bringing in a little hue difference makes a difference if you want to make kind of a monochromatic quilt, but have that, you got to have a little tonal differences. That mosaic again in a darker and the more brown tones. So then we go into the more grays, darker grays. We have the feathers. Again, just a few silver feathers mixed in. And we have the small print we had before in a grayish brown hue. Clouds coming back with a little drops of silvery raindrops in the more gray and bluish hues. We have the birds on a bluish light gray. And this is the only really directional print, but with this type of directional print, the birds are so spaced out that you could cut it and turn it, and so it becomes a non-directional very easily. We have the feathers on a little bit darker, a little bit bluer gray, and then the small print in a darkest gray, which has a lot of blue, so it almost has like a teal undertone. So really lovely neutrals from Robert Kaufman. So as I pulled for it, I really just pulled neutrals. So neutrals from Robert Kaufman. So as I pulled for it, I really just pulled neutrals. So I started with the lightest ones. I love this Poetic the Lyricist Diary White as a light background, and it goes with his lightest tones. Or if you want it more of a texture, a Dimples Pearl has the taupey colors that are in the other prints. Going into a little bit of the grays. The Speckled and the Metallic Dove has a little bit of metallic in it too, so that will mix great either in here or with some of the blues. And then the bluer grays. The grunge and the ash has both a little hints of blue, a little hints of purple that ties in with these darker and the more taupey brownish colors. Bumbleberry's basic rock is kind of falls right in this section with some of the browner grays. And we have another Bumbleberries. The eggshell blue is great for a little hue of blue to tone with these guys. I have one more Bumbleberries, the country gray. So this one has a lot of blue in it, so it really is great as a darkest without being too dark. So it will still tone very well, but just stay in that same story. Then we go into some of the brownish taupish textures. We have the Glyphs recipes in the texture gray. I like that it has the dark specks too for some interest. We have the grunge and the maven taupe, falls right between these two, so it ties that those two together. I did add one more that is kind of the darkest story of these, which is Dash Flow in the Falcon. So it has the same hue in the lighter colors, and then it has a deeper, darker undertone. So this one would work great as like the binding to tie it all together as a border, or if you wanted something still staying subtle within the color story, but if you wanted sashing or a little accent in blocks, this one would be good, but still keeping everything very neutral. So this is Songbird by Wish Well for Robert Kaufman. All right, get away, retreaters, you're on camera. So we have a few pages of them. You want to flip through? So there's all our retreaters in session 1 from all over the world.
Look at blue.
Yep. There's more, yay, and more, and more, and more, yay. Lots of folks, and we're having a good time. Sure, having a good time. So I wanted to finish up with our live winner. Our live winner, hey, our live winner is Gretchen Bryant. Sorry, we can't put it up on the screen. We have to, yeah, we can't.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
We have to put it, so you just have to email us to help@Quilters. Gretchen, if you see this, you get your $25 gift card. I did want to show them this though.
Oh.
So we have Tipsy Tuesday this next week, which is, what is that? I have it written down. 29th.
Oh, drunk.
March 29th at 7 p.m. is Tipsy Tuesday, 7 p.m. regular time, but no Happy Friday show next week because we're going to the Grammys. And everybody's going to cheer for Mr. HP. He's going to win. And this is what he got in the mail from the Grammys, a little blue box.
From Tiffany's.
I was really excited. Thought it was something that came from me, but no. It's his nomination medal from the Grammy Academy. So let me hold it up close for you. And so in the letter it came with it, they encouraged all the nominees to wear it proudly. So he has claimed he's going to wear it all of next week. So I'm going to hold him to it. So we will stay in touch. And so make sure you check in on YouTube this coming Tuesday if we haven't resolved things. We may do some fun little spontaneous lives from the day of the Grammys. So make sure you follow us there. If you're on Instagram, make sure you follow us there too, because we could go live there, but we still don't have access to Facebook, unfortunately. So that is it for us today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday. We're going to chill with this wonderful group. Well, not chill. We're going to party tonight. And retreat finishes up at 4 tomorrow. So until then, we'll see you Tuesday. Bye, everybody.